So, as you may have noticed, I've been watching either MGM movies because I have the free trial, or I have been watching whatever movies they're showing in the theaters right now because theaters have reopened and are showing old movies. This week, we go back to MGM with The Great Escape. Okay, so it's based on a true story. It was made in 1963, and it's based on a story that came out of World War II. So, the German High Command have selected a group of the most talented British, American, and Canadian escape artists and placed them in a prisoner of war camp specifically designed to foil any attempts to escape. There's also some Scottish people in there too, just to throw that in there. But as soon as they arrive, the prisoners, led by Steve McQueen as a rebellious Virgil Hilts, begins work on a series of tunnels under the direction of Roger Big X Bartlett. So the book says that this is the most expensive and biggest money-making prisoner game. Filmed in Germany, the picture starts lightheartedly and ends in a tragic but uplifting manner. It's a classic movie. I'm sure you can tell from my level of excitement, my true feelings on it. I was really glad to have watched it. To think of it being a true story, even if only part of it was true, it really makes you think about things that went on during the war that, I have been lucky enough in my lifetime to not have to endure. So these men were fighting in the war, they got captured, and the entire time they've been captured, they've been trying to escape from prisoner of war camps. And finally, the German soldiers built a camp specifically to keep in the prisoners that were continually escaping. So, I see the idea of putting them all in the same camp and spending time watching them all closely. But also, you put all the people that want to escape in the same camp. Aren't they gonna work together to escape? Like, that just seems like what would happen. So it was really, I was really impressed seeing the things that they came up with. The mechanism that they used for hiding the dirt. So I can't even imagine coming up with an idea like this. So this guy had this contraption with his tube socks going down his pant leg and pulling a pin through his pocket to have the dirt come out the bottom of his pant leg. And the first thing I thought when I saw that was, oh, it's just like Shawshank Redemption. And then I had a little moment where I realized just because I've seen Shawshank Redemption first doesn't mean that it's from Shawshank Redemption. In reality, that idea was borrowed from this movie. So I had a little silly moment there, but I was really impressed by that mechanism and the way that they had guys singing outside of the windows when they were doing things to make noise, and how they had people pounding things in the yard at the same time that they were pounding things inside the cabins. Just the amount of planning and thoughtfulness that went into this, I'm really impressed. Because in my day job, I have to do a lot of logistical thinking, planning. It is a lot of work. And it's nothing compared to what these guys did in this movie. Especially, the most impressive person to me was the tailor, actually. He took, blankets and suits, and he used whatever he could for dyeing and altering the suits to make them look like civilian clothing so that when they broke out, they had something to wear to blend into the nearest city. I was extremely impressed by that. I don't even know that there is a tailor alive today that could do that. That is a lost art, I feel. There are still tailors today, but I would be surprised to meet a tailor today that could still be as ingenious as the tailor in this movie. Another thing I really liked about this movie is the fact that they show them after the escape. So after they dig the tunnels, have their little blunder, they get out, and then they show you what they're trying to do to get to the train station or integrate into the town or find someone to help them or get away. And unfortunately, not all of them do get away, which is the bittersweet ending that the book talks about. So there are 70 men that escape from the camp. 50 of them get shot, 14 of them get recaptured, and only 11 of them get away. Is that math correct? check that math for me. But that's essentially the ratio of people of what happens to these guys. And there's one guy that really helps forging all the documents. He pretends to like have a bird drawing class, and then when the German army comes by or they're checking on them, they're drawing birds, but then when the German army leaves, they're actually forging documents. And throughout the movie, he becomes blind. And I don't know if this character is a real character or if it really happened, but oh, it pulled on my heartstrings because he did so much work and put so much effort into this. And they were going to not let him come because he went blind, and his roommate stepped up and insisted that he was coming and that he was going to be his eyes for him. And that was really, really heartwarming. And I really wanted them to win. I wanted more of them to get out. I really formed a bond to a lot of these guys that didn't get out. And it's really sad to think how hard the war was for everybody. Again, this one is a long movie, so you have to really commit to it if you want to watch it. It's worth a watch. I wouldn't say go out of your way to watch it, but if you have time to kill, you want to commit to it. It is a very interesting story. And if you are interested in these videos and hearing more about the movies that I'm watching, please hit the notification bell. It'll let you know every time a movie comes out, and subscribe to my channel. I get very excited every time there's a new subscriber, so thank you so much for everyone who has already subscribed. Have a great week.